On the news tonight, Labour Party approved Peter Obi's coalition move. Usman slams Abure following 48 hours ultimatum. 7 Akwa Ibom House of Representatives members joined ruling APC. Defense headquarters says military not mandated to offer amnesty. On the foreign scene, wildfire in Greek island of Crete forces evacuation of over 1,000 residents. Good evening. This is News at 7 on Western Spring Television. My name is Damilola Raphael. The acting national chairman of Labour Party, Nenadi Usman, has said the party approves the move by its 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi to join an opposition coalition led by David Mark. In a statement today, Ms. Usman slams the Julius Abure-led group within the party as political jesters with no legitimate standing. The former finance minister stressed that Abure and those behind the 48-hour ultimatum issued to Mr. Obi to resign are neither recognized by the party nor by the law, having long been sacked by the Supreme Court of Nigeria. She explained that the party had given its blessings to the former Anambra State governor to participate in the coalition talks. In the meantime, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, has warned the newly formed opposition coalition to stop using Nigerians for their personal affairs. Wike stated this during his monthly media parley at his official residence in Abuja on Thursday. According to him, the recent coalition by some political figures who adopted the African Democratic Party, ADC, as their political platform was not in the interest of Nigerians. He challenged them to show their scorecards, asking them to present what they did to better the country when they were at the helm of affairs. The minister also said only the main opposition, People's Democratic Party, can challenge President Bola Tinubu come 2027.
To rescue Nigeria. Nigerians are angry. The man was Senate president. How many times?
83.
2 times, 8 years. Is it not?
Yeah.
Nigerians were happy. Nigerians were happy when he was Senate president for 8 years. And there was no single project to Otubo. Not one. He was flying with the helicopter to go to Otubo. Nigerians were not angry then. Nigerians are only angry now. It's not correct. When Ruto was minister for 8 years, Nigerians were not angry. When Nigeria became indebted, Chinese loan, Nigerians were happy. It's now Nigerians are angry. You went and made Nigeria to be so much indebted with loans. That time Nigerians were happy. You see, it's unfortunate for we. You use Nigerians and play politics up and down. When you are angry with me, Nigerians are not happy. The only time Nigerians are happy is when you are in power. When you want to go to power, tell us if there are people who have not been in power in this country who are coming with such an idea. I can listen to them. But not people who were the ones at the head of affairs of this country. For how many years? Look at where this country. If this president did not take certain decisions he has taken, which may be very challenging. So, if you see where I'm worried, opposition has even decimated themselves.
Exactly.
Let me tell you why I say so.
Yes.
Now, you are talking about coalition. What's the coalition? The only party today that if they put themselves well, that can still challenge this government, assuming, is PDP.
You frustrated most of them out.
It's PDP. Because, see, let me tell you, they wanted to hijack the party. We told them no. The man wanted to be chairman of PDP.
Meanwhile, the chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, Dele Momodu, has said some of the top members of the main opposition party have decided to leave the party for the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, to join the new opposition coalition. Wike, who is serving as a minister under the All Progressives Congress administration, has remained in the PDP, which has been embroiled in an internal crisis for years. When asked if he was leaving the PDP in a news chat this morning, Mr. Momodu said without any doubt, people are leaving the carcass of the PDP to the minister and his cronies. He accused the APC of sending moles to opposition parties, saying that the ruling party does not want competition in the 2027 election. The media personality expressed his optimism about the formation of a coalition by opposition leaders to wrest power from the ruling APC in 2027. Permutations are already underway ahead of the 2027 general elections, with the recent formation of a coalition taking the center stage. The coalition, which includes leading opposition leaders like former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former Anambra Governor Peter Obi, and many others, officially names the African Democratic Congress, ADC, as the platform under which it would contest in 2027. Lydia Adegbaju went around Oshogbo, the Osun State capital, to find out what Nigerians think about this. Here.
It is a mixed feeling for Nigerians as regards the recent coalition ahead of the 2027 election. Lately, political leaders for leading opposition parties have come together to form a coalition. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former Governor of Jigawa State Sule Lamido, former Minister of Foreign Affairs Tom Ikimi, and former National Chairman of PDP Uche Secondus were among the agitators for the coalition. According to them, the present President Bola Tinubu administration has proven to be a disaster and that the coalition party aims to unseat the ruling All Progressives Congress come 2027. And in what seems to be a first major breakthrough in its efforts to wrest power, the movement on Tuesday night formally adopted African Democratic Congress, ADC, as its official political platform for the 2027 elections. But in the midst of these, what do Nigerians think? Mr. Adeboye Adebiyi, a resident of Oshogbo, the Osun State capital, argues that forming a coalition is not a new thing in politics and that they are simply playing the role of any opposition party. He noted that the coalition would actually help check the excesses of the ruling party.
Bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ direction táwọn yẹn bá ń lọ òun náà swing síbẹ̀ so ló mú coalition so yẹn ń jẹ́ tuntun nínú òṣèlú ó ti wà tipẹ́tipẹ́ so bí àdẹ̀sí máa wà nìyẹn ntí opposition wà náà fún yẹn because tí ò bá sí opposition àwọn ìjọba tó wà lórí àlééfà wọn máa rò pé bóyá àwọn làwọn máa ṣe ṣùgbọ́n tàbá ń rẹ́ nìkan tí ń check wọn yìí pé n tẹ́ ń ṣe yìí o kò bójúmu o ọ̀nà ní so táwọn kan bá kóra jọpọ̀ pé àwọn fẹ́ tún jẹ́ mí lẹ̀ káwọn tó wò ọjà táwọn náà tó gbé wá ní o àwọn aráàlú ẹ bá wò so kò sí tó burú bẹ́ẹ̀.
However, on his part, Mr. Ibidun Oyeyemi sees the coalition party as dead on arrival, as he believes the Congress would eventually split when it comes to apportioning roles. He also averred that the coalition itself came together for selfish reasons, hence cannot stand the test of time.
Ohun tí mo rò nípa rẹ̀ ni pé mi rò pé ó lè work. Tinubu olóṣèlú ni, Jagaba olóṣèlú ni. A ti tẹ́lẹ̀ dè wọ́n, so ẹgbẹ́ yẹn á tún padà kò lè work. Torí pé ńgbà wọ́n bá fẹ́ máa yan ipò ńsìn, tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ máa yan ipò, bóyá wọ́n fẹ́ máa sònù ní senatorial tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ máa yan ipò. So kìíní yẹn ibi tí a ti dàrú nù. Ntí òfin lè ṣẹlẹ̀ ń pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tó wà nù coalition yìí tara wọn ni wọ́n ń jà fún kì í ṣe pé tàwa aráàlú.
Meanwhile, Mr. Jagunla, a motor spare parts dealer, believes the coalition can unseat the ruling party, noting that every party wields a substantial amount of power. Mr. Abdulfatai Odomode is neither for nor against, but simply wants a party that is after the citizens' welfare and also implements policies that will ease their burdens.
Wọ́n lè dá wọn nú o torí agbára ń jọ ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ kálukú wọn náà ni bá agbára ṣe ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ APC náà ní ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ PDP náà ní ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ ADC tó fẹ́ dá papọ̀ tó fẹ́ dá pátì ni.
Gbogbo pátì tó bá ti ṣe tó sọ ọmọ Nàìjíríà láǹfààní tí ó dá gbogbo kó rọrùn nìkan ló bá fún àfà àbóyè máa gbogbo kó rọrùn tá a máa rí náà tá a máa rí lò. Tí o ní ti pé bí akọ àtìyàwó ń jà ní pẹ̀lú kò fọwọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí kankan tó ní bá ṣe wò nǹkan kò yí sí o kọ́ ló sànù wa.
On Wednesday, the coalition, which cuts across the People's Democratic Party, Labour Party, Social Democratic Party and other political interests, met to unveil the African Democratic Congress ahead of the 2027 general elections, and also appointed former Osun State Governor Rauf Aregbesola as its interim secretary. The meeting had present opposition leaders like former Anambra Governor Peter Obi, former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, a former Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amechi, Senator Dino Melaye, as well as publisher and PDP chieftain Dele Momodu, and many others. Although 2027 is still many months away, Nigerian electorate will be quite interested in how the polity plays out as they count down to the general elections. Lydia Adegbaju, Western Spring Television News.
In another development, 7 members of the House of Representatives from opposition parties in Akwa Ibom State have joined the ruling All Progressives Congress. 6 of the lawmakers joins the APC from the People's Democratic Party, while 1 member dumps the Young Progressives Party for the ruling party. The lawmakers from the PDP are Onyeme Idem, Martin Dese, Paul Ekpo, Uduak Ududo, Okolu Eteha, and Basi Okon, while Emmanuel Okongudo joined from the YPP. Their letter of defection was read on the floor of the House by the Speaker, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, who presided over today's plenary. Their defection might not be unconnected to the change of political tent by Governor Omoino, who last month moved from the PDP to the APC. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has declared that he would not disclose details of the recent truce brokered between him and the suspended Governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, saying the most important thing is that peace has returned to the state. The minister stated this during a media chat at his residence in Abuja this morning, saying rather than disclose details of the peace deal, he would instead allow people to speculate. He stated that some individuals had turned the crisis in Rivers State into a lucrative venture, using it to illegally enrich themselves for selfish purposes. Late last month, President Bola Tinubu hosted a conciliatory meeting between Wike, Fubara, and the suspended members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, signaling a return to peace in the state. The president has suspended Fubara, his deputy Ngozi Ojo, and members of the Rivers Assembly in March 2025 after a heated and long-drawn political impasse in the oil-producing state.
Let's hear from you.
Well, let me just tell you this. Those of you who hear where tongues are wagging, I have never had, I don't owe anybody any explanation how peace was achieved. What's important is that peace? Yes. Do you like peace? Yes. So what are you going to benefit from how the peace was achieved? The most important thing is, do you have peace? Yes.
At what cost?
What cost?
Perhaps you could help discountenance publications that are saying that one of the terms for agreement was he was not going to come for
was that what if that is, did he tell you that? Did he tell you that?
That's what we're seeking for.
No, you cannot say for agreement. I'm not the one going to run election. So if you say that that was the decision, then he should be able to be the one to tell you. What's my business? He has never spoken to you on that. You are the ones who are promoting, and it's most unfortunate when I hear people say something you have no facts, you have no evidence. You just speculate, maybe, no.
So
how do you do that? And let me tell you, it is not in your position. We settled, and we went to Mr. President never invited us. Mr. President never called a meeting, you say this, you say this. The bit I can tell you, the governor met with the House of Assembly, the governor met with the National Assembly, privately. The governor met with the leaders. And they said, now having settled, can you now go and tell President we have settled? President never one day. And that's what people do that. Oh, President did this. President trying to force something on people. You don't even know anything. You just sit down because no more money will come out.
To security, the Defense Headquarters has clarified that granting amnesty to surrendered terrorists and bandits is not within the purview of the military. This clarification was made by the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Marcus Kangie, during a press briefing in Abuja on Thursday, noting that such decisions lie with the other arms of government. The statement follows recent reports that some bandit commanders in Katsina State had surrendered and released hostages in exchange for amnesty. Kangie explained that while the development is a reflection of ongoing successes in both kinetic and non-kinetic military operations, the decision to grant amnesty lies outside the military's mandate. Highlighting the military's recent achievements, General Kangie revealed that troops had killed several terrorist kingpins, arrested 1,191 suspects, and rescued 543 kidnapped victims in June alone.
Groups of Operation Kalikai, Operation Fansayama, Operation Serbium, Operation Udoka, and Operation Delta Set, amongst others, performed exceptionally well in the period under review by eliminating key terrorist commanders, bandit kingpin, and independent people of Biafra International Security Network criminals. Some economic saboteurs and terrorist logistics suppliers were also arrested. The court had also witnessed mass surrender of Boko Haram and ISWAP public just terrorists due to groups of overwhelming firepower. For instance, our troops killed several terrorist kingpins and their foot soldiers, arrested over 1,191 of them, and rescued about 543 kidnapped victims. During the quarter, also about 682 terrorists and their families surrendered to our troops. Among the terrorists eliminated were Brigadier Amir Abu Talib Sumana, Jida, Maiwada, and Maidada, as well as Umachi Ezi, otherwise known as Onu. And just 2 days ago, a bandit kingpin, Yono Gambogolo, succumbed to injuries sustained during an encounter with our troops the previous week, where many of his lieutenants.
Even on, the Lagos state government has suspended the bus rapid transit BRT lane enforcement along the Eko Bridge and Odoya-Laro corridors to mitigate traffic congestion faced by commuters due to the rehabilitation of the Ifako Bridge expansion joint. The special advisor to the governor on transportation, Shola Giwa, approved the move according to the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority last March. Giwa noted that the suspension is transitional and conditional, structured specifically to absorb the anticipated vehicular overflow triggered by the partial closure of the Ifako-bound carriageway of the third mainland corridor. The directive permits general vehicular access to previously restricted BRT corridors on Eko Bridge and Odoya-Laro, particularly during peak travel periods. However, Giwa stressed that commercial buses and articulated vehicles must continue to operate in strict compliance with existing safety guidelines and loading regulations to avoid compounding road inefficiencies or jeopardizing public safety. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, on Thursday met with the leaders of the Nigerian Union of Teachers, the National Association of Nigerian Students, and the chairman of the 6 area councils in the FCT to address the ongoing teacher strike, which began on March 24. The meeting took place at the conference room of the minister's official residence in Abuja. The teachers are demanding the full implementation of a tripartite agreement signed on December 11, 2024. The agreement includes a 70,000 naira minimum wage for teachers, payment of 25 to 35% salary arrears, a 40% peculiar allowance, the 35,000 naira wage award announced by the federal government, and several years promotion arrears. Following the meeting, the chairman of Abaji Area Council, Abubakar Abdullahi, who spoke on behalf of the council chairman, disclosed that the minister had resolved to withdraw 10% of the area council's internally generated revenue for the next 6 months to pay the teachers. Also speaking, NAN's President Olushola Ladoja revealed that a committee had been set up to address remaining issues and report back within 2 weeks. Earlier, the minister in a media briefing said the area council and not the FCT are the ones owing the teachers.
I'm sorry to say, I'm going to do personally with you. We have to do with our kind of journalism. We don't carry out what we call investigative journalism. You just see somebody carrying placards and that. Have you gone to find out whose responsibility? It's not our responsibility.
It's the local government.
It's the area council. Several times we have come to intervene. Have you had any secondary school that's any strike? Have you had that we don't pay workers their salaries? Remember too, you have only talked about autonomy of local government. You are forcing me to seize their funds. Tomorrow you say governors, LCT minister, always collect the money from the allocation of the local government. Is that responsibility? We have come together. We said, listen, the last time we have to build them at 60% of the money. This time around we start. And also, the teachers should also try to understand too.
You're watching News at 7 on Western Spring Television. Still to come. Buhari unwell, but not in ICU, ex-presidential aide clarified. We will bring you more on this when we return.